How to speak from your soul. This is something that my coach was teaching me. I didn't know she was teaching me this. How to speak from your soul. If you want to come from your soul, you have to know your soul. So your soul is your mind, will, body. Your mind, will, body, emotions. Okay, that's your soul. Self-inspection and introspection. Being able to navigate the discomfort of vulnerability. That part. A lot of times people are scared to be vulnerable. Some people feel like vulnerability is weak, and it's not. One thing about me, I do not mind being vulnerable. I wasn't always like that though. As I did my work, as I had those uncomfortable conversations, as I got into emotional intelligence, I was able to understand my emotions and the emotions of others. And I became safe inside of my own self. So in my body, I'm safe. So my emotions are safe. Wherever I am, I'm safe, right? So when I'm sharing my story, and if emotions come up, I let them come up. I no longer run from them and hide from them, because in the past I used to do those things because I didn't know. I wasn't taught what emotions were, how to. It was okay. It was safe. I didn't know. I didn't understand none of those things. I had to unlearn so many things, because I was taught, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. I don't like to see you cry. And so then I became a stuffer, right? And so when I started doing the work, I started, being okay at understanding my emotions. So now when they come up, I let them out. And they come out at the most opportune time. I could be watching a movie and I could feel so I guess something there I've experienced in the past that I have been suppressing for so long. It has to come out, and it'll come out. There'd be a moment in the movie, and it's mostly like the daddy-daughter movies. So those movies are have me very emotional. Those emotions have to come out, because maybe there was a time when it wasn't safe for me to express that. So now my body's like, finally, my body like, girl, yes. So it's ready to release. So I'm okay, and I'm safe with my emotions, and I'm safe with your emotions also. Sidebar. Okay, so being able to navigate the discomfort of vulnerability, ask questions of yourself, and speak from your heart. I speak from my heart. Okay, I speak from my heart. I speak from my personal experiences. And what I notice is other people can relate. When I speak from my heart, other people can relate to my discomfort. They may not say it in the comment section, or I get like a private message. I really need to hear that. Like, I feel like you was talking to me. You know why? Because they can relate with that discomfort. And sometimes people don't want other people to know that they can relate. Oh, I'm not going to say anything because I don't want anybody to know. I'm private. I'm just, and that's cool to be all those things. But in order to, how to speak from your soul, you have to be okay with those uncomfortable, vulnerable emotions and feelings that may come up, that will come up. I was on a live video yesterday, and I was sharing something about myself, and my husband was like, I noticed you got kind of low. I couldn't understand. I couldn't hear what you were saying. So I told him what I said. I realized as I was saying that my body was hearing me say that again, and it was reacting, right? So my voice got a little quiet. So maybe that's something that I need to explore a little more. It's a vulnerable part of me. It's a vulnerable experience. And so my voice got kind of low, and it does that. If you watch my videos, there's some times when I'm talking about myself and sharing something that's very uncomfortable, my voice will get a little low, because I'm hearing myself say that for the first time, or the second time, or the third time, or whatever. My body's just reacting, and I let it react. Other people, like I said, other people can relate to your discomfort. You want to get it out of your mouth. You must see how it feels to say it and hear it and feel it coming out of your mouth. So a lot of times that's what I'm experiencing in real time when I'm doing these videos. I am hearing myself say it, and I'm hearing and feeling it coming out of my mouth. And it is, it's something I cannot describe. Understand what your values are. Your core values should be the fingerprint in everything that you do. Your core values should live. Your core values shouldn't live not just announcing them, but by living them. Your core values should be lived not just by announcing them, but by living them. Okay, be courageous with your self-expression. Self-expression is not a skill as much as it's permission. Be yourself. And give yourself permission to be courageous, okay? It's time to speak from your soul. It's time to speak from your soul. And when your soul speaks, when my soul has the microphone, oh, you know it. When my soul has the microphone, I speak my truth. Even if my voice shakes, even if tears formulate in my eyes, even with the emotion, even with the depth of my soul, I speak from my soul. The reason why so many people are connected and follow me is because I speak from my soul. I'm not here I'm not faking nothing. The stuff I'm telling you is stuff I actually experience, stuff I'm actually going through, I've grown through. I tell my story from on top of my story, not inside of it. And sometimes when you're telling that story, you're going to go back, because telling the story takes you back to that experience. A lot of times people don't want to tell the story, don't want to talk about it, because they don't want to feel that experience, because those emotions are very uncomfortable for them. And they're not safe with them. They don't feel safe with them because they don't understand them. That was me. I did not understand my emotions. Emotional intelligence is what? Had no idea what that was. Once I began to do my work, once I began to unlearn those limiting beliefs, once I began to become safe within my own body, I began to be safe with other people in their emotions, right? Because I used to be around people and they'd be like, hey, if I got emotional, well, don't cry. And then I'm like, okay, well, I shouldn't cry around them because they want me to, they telling me to be strong. Like, we just be doing stuff. We don't even realize that we do it. They tell us that, and we unconsciously take it on, and it may create a belief out of it. Now it's like, I shouldn't cry, I shouldn't do this, and it's like, my goodness, I had to unlearn that stuff, because that person was not safe with their emotions. A lot of times people who are not safe with their emotions are not safe with yours, right? So if you cry, if you have those emotions, they don't know what to do with them, because they don't know what to do with theirs. That was me. So becoming a coach, we had to go through so much training. And we have to be safe. We first have to be safe with our emotions in order to be able to hold space for somebody else. So holding space is having the capacity to sit with somebody else in their uncomfortableness, in their pain, in their hurt. You sit with them in it and help them as they process through that grief, through that hurt, through that pain, through that anger. And it's a skill. It's a skill, and it requires you doing your work first in order to be able to be present with somebody and sit with them. That's what I learned, and I'm able to do that. I'm an emotional person, period, right? Nevertheless, when I'm with my clients and they're having an emotional response or emotional experience, I can sit. Look at that this filter thing. I can sit with them in it and not take it on, right? Because sometimes we'll be around somebody and they're crying and I'm crying too. When I'm coaching, I don't know what happens. Something happens in my body. I know that I'm there for that person, and I'm holding space for them. So I let them borrow my strength, my courage. I sit with them in it, and I listen, and I help them process. And sometimes I just listen. And I said, it's okay. I let them know it's okay to cry. It's all right. Get it out. Crying is good. It's good. It's a release. Tears are a release. You've been holding on that thing for so long, and somebody's sitting with you, talking to you, listening to you, there for you, can support you on that level. When you feel safe, your body will know. And it will release those things that you've been holding on to. How to talk from your soul. If you want to come from your soul, you have to know your soul. Okay? In order to speak from your soul, you have to know your soul. So I invite you to get to know your soul. Mind, will, body, and emotions. That's all. I want to share that tip for anyone who may need it for today. Happy Sunday or whatever day you watch this. Until next time. Peace.